Good evening, magical friends. Welcome back to Psychic Couple React.
Do you know I almost just said Psychic Couples Unite with an S and Unite. So
if you're a psychic couple,
I don't know why I can't get this. Somebody
let's form
in the
a federation.
Told me I should count down 3, 2, 1, and I'm like, really? It's gotten that bad.
A voice told you that?
No, a comment.
Oh,
under one
I
of
was
our
all
videos.
excited that a voice told her to count down 3, 2, 1.
Well, in the film and
comments
the TV
are the
show
voice of today, aren't they?
Well, my brain is just not
the dreaded
operating
voice
today.
of today.
Okay. So in our really fun and amazing new show today, you guys, we are going to watch a clown boy who appears to a janitor. It's really terrifying. And we're going to do our best to try to explain it on Paranormal Nightshift.
One of my favorite shows. It was only on for a season, but that season is just, you can watch several of those episodes again and again. So check it out. It's on Discovery Plus. I wanted to say that Paranormal Nightshift for me is very interesting because I've never worked a night shift before, when I had regular jobs, because being a medium in a trance channel is not really a regular job, I would say. But when I had regular jobs, I did have a job where I worked till about 2:30 in the morning. And, I was at a restaurant and I had to clean up afterwards. And it was just me and this one guy, and he barely spoke English. He was from South America. And there was always an eerie feeling. And New York City, especially in the 1800s, man, something about those 1800 spirits, like they're gangster, spirits, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're not, like our spirits now, like somebody who lived in 2023, how gangster are they going to be later on?
The Victorian era, everybody was into the mystique and the mystery, and they were into the stories and Dracula and all those things. I think they just it enhanced it.
Because top hats are scarier than hoodies, right?
And by the way, I'm Lady O.
I'm Riz the Wiz.
And we
Psychic
are
medium, trance channel shaman, and
Intuitive Empath, and we're a husband and wife team that tackles all things paranormal.
And we grab it, we bring it up close, and we stare it in the eye.
Yes.
And we say, "What are you?"
Yes, I'm a phenom. I'm a phantom. I'm a mystery. And what we're going to do
That was my high school senior quote. How'd you know that? So let's dive in. Get your popcorn, your crystal, your sage. Turn the lights low. We're going to watch this with you. So welcome to our living room.
Wish us luck, guys, on this one.
All right, here we go.
Here we go. Oh, this is the intro.
Love the intro.
I love the intro.
What you are about to watch is based on true events.
I love this guy's voice.
Some details have been altered.
Can he just go around and follow me and talk like that about everything I'm doing?
I was like, Oriah goes into the kitchen. Will she have the vegan cheese? Riz is horrified. Again.
What will she pick to wear for the next podcast? How long will she take to pick it?
Riz is horrified again. Okay, play it.
It's the middle of the night. Alex is heading to his new job as a custodian.
I was really excited about working at the school. My daughter went there, I had benefits.
The school has a reputation in town for being haunted, but Alex needs the job to pay for his daughter's tuition.
I heard rumors about the school, that it was built over a cemetery. I didn't know what to think, what to expect, but I had to.
That's never a good thing.
Yeah.
When it's built over a cemetery.
You start Monday. Oh, by the way.
It was going to be hard because I was the only one there with all the duties that I had to do. My typical duties on the shift is cleaning the classrooms.
Yeah, clean those mirrors. It's always the first scene of a bad horror movie.
On my first shift, it is very quiet.
But that changes quickly.
I just realized I may have to skip
The
through
environment at the
once
school
he
at
sees the
night
first apparition,
is very
because then
eerie.
it's following nights after nights that he sees it.
Was
So
not
during
lit up
that
very
period,
good.
I'll skip through.
It just feels uncomfortable. Shortly after, I noticed things happening. Kept on hearing a lot of noises in the hallways, but I mean, it's an old school, so I didn't think anything of
Oh
it.
my God, that's
Built on an
terrifying.
old cemetery.
I don't want to hear anything creaking, no noises in any.
It's getting too
Quiet
strange
building
to
at night.
ignore, especially the eerie footsteps echoing from the hallway.
Hello?
Throughout the night, that was happening. There was nobody else around. How could that happen?
Right. Oh,
Hello? Somebody there?
I heard what sounded like someone whistling. Just like that.
So would you
It's
go
like
to
if
investigate who
somebody
that
was
is?
trying to get my attention.
do you know your natural instinct is to go hello,
Yeah, who is it?
hello, and the ghost goes, yeah,
I hear giggling along with that whistling.
So then you think it's a kid.
Real creepy.
yeah.
Who
of course.
broke in?
Yeah.
Hello?
The doors are locked to the school. The gate is locked. This was not making any sense. I know that I'm alone in that school. I started searching to see where this whistling was coming from.
You guys should write in the comments below if you
Somebody
would be
there?
one of those people to run out for, to save your life or go investigate
I think
further.
after the second whistle, people are just like, I'm out.
Or something.
Looks like my daughter won't get tuition this year. I'm sorry.
Which
Sorry,
one
baby.
are you? You guys have to tell us.
Which kind of parent are you? Are you going to be to your kid like,
Or just
sorry,
human
kid?
being.
I came downstairs. I did not find the location or somebody that was whistling.
So again, electrical interference
Hello?
due
Yep.
to the frequency of the entities that are around.
Yep.
Changes the environment. There'll probably be a temperature
I was
shift.
trying to find the source.
Hello?
Could not find it.
I know you're here!
Okay.
I know you're here! You hear me?
Oh,
Alex's first night is wretched, but he knows he can't afford to quit.
I need to take care of my daughter. I need to work here. Please help me.
Over the next few nights, Alex's uneasiness grows.
As time went on, things started to get worse. Somebody was watching me as I was doing my work.
So,
all right.
yeah. So this goes on. So he gets
cleaning.
watched and
Son.
watched, and he
Anybody
feels it. Continues on.
Thing was
And it's sort of leading him with the whistles.
Yes, so this
nothing
keeps
there.
going on night after night. The whistling, the giggling, and he starts talking to it.
I found it. I want you to see this.
Clown Boy was a clown in the circus. He developed the plague and he died and was buried in the cemetery under the school.
You're being serious?
Yes.
I felt very uncomfortable that it was built over a cemetery.
Oh my God.
It's all starting to make sense now. A lot of times when you just
So this, guys, as you know, and you don't need to be a psychic or even a person into metaphysics to understand, this probably not a good idea to build something
Right.
over a burial ground.
Yeah, you've been talking to me about that because I've been wondering about that. You've always told me that, Native American cemeteries and, any really sacred land like
Ground that has been
should be
consecrated as
respected.
it. Yeah, it should be, because you see now, look, on a larger scale, there have been bodies for hundreds of thousands of years that are in the ground, right? Civilizations maybe we never even knew about, and deaths that happened randomly, battles and sicknesses and winters and all of that. So there are bodies probably, in a sense, almost everywhere, right? But remember something, when it comes to psychic energy. You are placing in a religious or a spiritual ceremony when someone dies an energy of the tribe, of the people, and the blessing into that space.
Yeah.
That's one thing. So there's a charge, an energetic charge to a place.
So do you think that if somebody wanted to build a building over a burial ground of any kind, do you think that they should do a full ceremony or
Absolutely.
some sort of cleansing?
You must bring a medium.
To ask the spirits?
Yes, you do.
Permission?
I think that our ancestors knew this, that they also spoke not just to the spirits of those who are passed on, but also they spoke to nature spirits.
Right.
And the elemental spirits, spirits that people think are mythological figures like fairies. If you go to Ireland to this day, and we've led our retreats in Ireland, let's talk about the fairy trees.
Yeah.
These trees that are not cut down because they're inhabited by the fairy world. The Fae, F-A-E, is the word for the fairy world. And literally there'll be a road in Ireland that will be going straight that they construct. There's a fairy tree. They will curve the road around it
Google that
and continue.
See it, yeah.
So look that up. This is the same principle. So let's continue.
I felt a scratch
Okay.
on my back. I turned around. I immediately turned around. Who's there? Who's scratching me?
Okay.
So this is a
Nobody
phenomenon we've tried to always understand.
Yeah.
Is the scratching that spirits can do.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, no one has been able to solve. I haven't heard one expert, one psychic, anyone really solve the issue of, since the beginning of time, it's been reported that at some points a spirit, if it's in a poltergeist state, will actually defy
The dimensions.
and go into the material and actually create an actual scratch, three-dimensional, actual blood. It's happened to so many people, children, adults. You know, I asked myself, okay, so the spirit, A, is it that powerful? Or B, is it the recipient that susceptible? Is it a belief system? Is it a conversation? Like, for instance, for myself personally, I have a really strong feeling I'm never going to get scratched by a spirit because I think the spirit would be probably a little bit more terrified of me because I don't play in any dimension.
Yeah.
I'll go in and
Well, you
confront.
had a spirit make a circle on your back.
Well, that's when I put my foot down.
Right. Okay, so what I would say this is understanding yourself as an energy. You are an intelligent energy life form. You're beyond this physical body. The power of that intelligence is your will. It is your intention, which comes from the state of being. I don't say state of mind because some people think, well, if you're not in the body, how do you have a brain or a mind?
Well, you have a personality essence that
Your consciousness.
maintains.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
it's eternal.
Well, I've seen you go into places as an empath where you said to me, I feel like something's choking me, or I feel like something is squeezing me. You have felt that on the emotional level, right?
You have felt it laying in bed. You have felt energies pressing down heavy on you.
So I've done, as you know, there have been paranormal clearings or investigations that I've done. They're really clearings because I'm not an investigator. We're not investigators. We're actual mediums. I'm an actual psychic medium and a channeler. You're an actual intuitive empath. We are going in to communicate with the spirit. We don't go in going, hey, is there a spooky ghost here? Hey, what do you want? Hey, these are very basic questions that you see on paranormal shows because they are not psychic mediums. We go in to initiate conversation. We do not go in with the intention that you don't belong here. They feel that intention from a mile away.
And that frequency, your vibration connects to their vibration. And that's where they feel really seen and heard.
Yeah.
From our side, from our dimension.
Because imagine someone coming into your house right now and saying, you don't belong here. You're not going to say, oh, I don't? Oh, where should I be? No, you're going to be like, come on, bring it on. Right. So this is what happens. I do want to say that as far as the scratching goes and the actual physical manifestation contact from the other side is the power of that intention. If they are tormented enough, bothered enough, angry enough,
fearful,
they're able to permeate that. You know how in this life, if you're really angry about something, you might be able to lift a weight that you've never been able to lift before. So multiply that by like 1,000,000.
Well, people can't believe that spirits have emotions, but they don't understand that emotions still carry on to the other side. You still have an experience of self-realization. You still have an emotional context to things. That's not just an earth-based emotion. And we have discovered that not only through our own work, our own mediumship, his trance channeling, but multiple books and psychic mediums who have done hypnotherapy sessions and people who have regressed and gone into past, near-death experiences and come back and have talked about feeling, having emotions and feeling on the other side. So this soul is tormented in this space. You want to continue?
Yeah, I really want to hear about the clown situation.
I saw the red scratch on my back. I couldn't believe it. And it hurt and burned. This is violent, and I'm scared, really scared.
It's about to get worse.
I would just leave the building right then and there, honestly.
I saw somebody standing there, and I saw Clown Boy. I saw him.
No! No! Please! No!
It was aggressive. I was terrified. I didn't know what to do.
So they have to portray it somehow
He was
into having an
laughing.
encounter with him.
Evil laugh.
You heard the laugh.
I didn't know what its intentions were. None of this made any sense.
Okay, so they are, let's pause it here. The entity that is disturbed is feeding off of your fear. Remember something, if you want to have a more powerful experience where you feel more empowered with the spirit, you got to work on a belief system of you knowing that you are also a spirit. I've had encounters where there was a negative, tormented spirit, and I could feel it wanting to dominate me energetically in some way, kind of try to take me over. And the state of mind, the mental communication that I do is, even if you take me out, I'm going to be on the other side with you. And then what are you going to do? You're trying to scare me in my human form, but I'm a spirit just like you. So you want to tangle with me? Let's do it.
Right.
Because I believe I'm eternal anyway.
Right.
So
Yeah, it has a lot to do with your belief system.
it does. Now, mind you guys, be careful because you can't fake that one because they know, just like a dog can sense true fear. If you fake being afraid, a dog is not going to sense it. They have to feel the vibration of it. So by the same token, your bravery, your courage, your solid belief in your eternalness has to be authentic. That's why I say be careful. Don't just front like that because they can definitely latch on to you.
What was that scene? Was it an Exorcist where the priest put the cross?
That was a movie that I saw. I want to save that story for the end.
This is a perfect time, though, to say
Okay,
it.
all right. So there was, I was watching this really bad vampire movie. I was a kid.
Right.
And in the story, the vampire chased the priest all around the city, and he finally cornered him. The priest went into a church going, well, I'll be safe here from the vampire. And he's in the church. The vampire enters the church, and that shocks him. And then he's about to lunge at the priest, and the priest reaches into his cloak and pulls out the cross and goes like, all right, now this is it. Like, ha, vampire, I got you. And the vampire looks at the cross, and he looks at it like that in the guy's hand, and he reaches out, and he grabs it. I'm going to do the voice. And he crushes it to powder. And the priest's eyes just bug out, like, how is this possible? And the vampire laughs and he goes, you fool, you have to have faith for this to work.
You have to believe in it.
All right, clown boy, let's see what you got.
And then I just got released.
So he did have a hold on him.
Yeah.
Like a grip.
Yeah.
I ran
need a
back
light
into
here.
the classroom. I was terrified.
The spirit has now shown itself as malevolent. When a spirit has...
Okay,
inflicted
malevolent
harm
is
on you,
one
you're
thing, tormented is another, just depends on how you see it. Of
Right,
course,
exactly.
they're definitely wanting to cause you harm. You can consider that malevolent, of course, but it's because it
Never went
is
back. I
territorial,
had enough.
and it wants to know who this guy is.
It's true. So he
I
left
got a
the
new
school. He
job,
got a new job.
Paid her tuition.
Years after leaving the school, Alex has recurring nightmares where the buried spirits are calling him back.
Because of these events, I know that there are good spirits and bad spirits in the world. This just...
Okay, so I think this is a great place to end it, because look what he says. This just solidifies my belief. The thing is, you know, if you believe good spirits and bad spirits are all coming from the same source, and we're all in this together, right? It's just emotional states. It's how much energy is pent up, how much energy is being released in an emotional state. If you're looking at it from a more intelligent view, I feel that you're not going to be as tormented or having reoccurring nightmares, because there's a deeper understanding and you have a perspective shift, and you separate yourself from the activity or the event enough to take a very good look at what is happening and get that perspective and get that.
You catch more flies with honey, don't you? Right. So what about developing a compassionate attitude toward those tormented spirits and saying what's wrong?
Or finding peace with that spirit.
Spirits were human beings. Okay. They
just like being bullied in school. So like if you keep bullying a kid, the kid will eventually bully back.
Eventually, right? And then eventually there needs to be peace.
Right.
So when a person is upset, you can either attack them, which I don't recommend, or you can come at it with a different perspective of compassion. If this spirit is lost or tormented, and one of the things that we do when we go into spaces like this is we connect on a level of respect, understanding their position, and then getting past the histrionics, which is whether they're moving objects or throwing things, or whether they're trying to scare the living hell out of you. Whatever it may happen, you have to get past that tantrum.
Right.
Right? Like almost dealing with a person or a kid
Yeah.
who's throwing a tantrum.
Yeah. It takes practice and it takes guts. It's not something you have to try.
And
you
love.
have to start. Yeah. Well, I hope you guys really love this episode. This was, I didn't know at first if I was going to be able to get through it, because I have a thing with clowns. I know a lot of other people do too.
Right.
But I was able to somehow get through it and had that perspective shift. So,
thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah. So join us for the next one and
watch this next one, because it's going to be amazing.
Subscribe and like and share. Okay. Bye, guys.
Keep it spooky.